Welcome to Old Hadley Vintage, where stories of the past come alive. Nostalgia in every corner, an antique paradise to revive. Antique glass and vintage dishes, holiday items, bric-a-brac galore. Step inside, let your heart make wishes, something for everyone to explore.
Hey guys, we made it. Old Hadley Vintage is right here at the Antique Mall in Ohio. I'm here with my best friend Darren, and we are going to have a great day of filming inside of this wonderful antique mall. So hopefully I find some goodies. Stay tuned. Hey guys, so here we are walking into the antique shop, and we are just noticing this beautiful display. Right when you walk in, they decided to do a vintage antique wedding display. And it's absolutely beautiful, filled with cake toppers, and there's some wedding dresses. You'll see some beautiful wedding dresses in a little while, some old photos. Look at these photos, aren't they great? I'm doing a voiceover because the store was a little bit loud with music, so I figured I would just do a voiceover. And you guys seem to like this better, to hear my voice like this, than you were to hear it in the store. But look at these dresses, aren't these beautiful? Some of them look almost Edwardian. They're absolutely spectacular. Some of them look very 80s. They're just absolutely beautiful. There's a picture of this lady actually wearing that wedding dress. Wow. It's a nice wedding display. And my friend Darren said that they do change out the displays in the front of the store periodically. I guess every season or every month they feature something different. So this month it's all weddings. There's another wedding cake topper. I love wedding cake toppers too. I wanted to start a collection. Now you guys sometimes wonder how these are made. Well, here's some of the actual booklets that show you how some of these doilies and German doilies are actually made. There were actual patterns, and the women would actually follow these patterns and learn how to make some of these beautiful doilies that we find for $2 for $1 in some of these bins that we find now. Look at the patterns. Aren't they stunning? Now this shelf, let's see, what else am I looking at here? Oh, that beautiful green glass. There's some McCoy there. That's a pretty one there. My friend Darren has a beautiful assortment of McCoy in his home. They have a lovely, lovely home in Orient, Ohio, where I was visiting them, and it was just so nice to be out there and just take a few days and spend it with a very good friend. So this was a nice booth. They had a lot of neat stuff. I love the colors and the old with some of the new. Just figured I'd do it. Now this, guys, I'm still head over heels for this, but the price was a little bit steep. Have you ever seen this? It's a hand holding the cake pedestal. Not sure the maker of this, but I absolutely fell in love with this. And yeah, it's marked, I think it's $40 if I'm not mistaken, but it is absolutely spectacular. And there was another one that I found too in the same mall here. And I use the term mall because this place is absolutely massive. Look at all these thermoses. And it actually had a frosted base to it. So I still have to look into who it was that made that. That's a nice ruby red pitcher there, ball pitcher. And I didn't film every booth, but I filmed some of the booths that I thought had some of the nice things in it. And of course, up until I realized that, oh boy, I've been filming in vertical, do I eventually change my camera around? So again, I do apologize, but you could still see everything. And especially if you're watching it on your TV or on your phone, you can probably see it much, much better than I am editing this, because I'm only seeing it in a very tiny little window right now. And there's looks like a Fiesta-ware pitcher in pink from the 50s. There's some different types of pottery there. I'm not sure what the maker. Oh, that one had a chip on it. I think I liked that a lot, but it had a chip on it. I'm not sure if that was like a Hager piece or what the maker was on that little girl, but she was so cute. But she had a big chip on her umbrella. That was a really pretty box that I saw. And I think, yeah, it has some writing. Unfortunately, I can't even see it because I'm editing this on my phone. There's a beautiful pink depression glass cake pedestal down at the bottom there. I think those were some... Yeah, I think those were... Oh, those are porcelain pieces for the bathroom. If you're doing a bathroom vintage and you want to... oh, that's a little bobesh that fits in the top of a candlestick. I had 2 of those there. I tried to show you guys some of the prices too. And OVAM means Ohio Valley Antique Market. So that's why you'll see that OVAM on a lot of these tags, because they do provide a lot of the sellers with the tags. And I did look at some books, and I was able to find some books from some new reference books. I even surprised my friend Darren. He has a beautiful assortment of He has a beautiful assortment of... Oh boy, there is a bookend for you. I got a kick out of that when I saw it. But as I was saying, my friend Darren has a beautiful assortment of wicker furniture at his home, and it's quite lovely. So I found a collecting wicker book. So he was happy to receive that. I think he'll get a lot of use out of that. And let's see what else we got. This mall is absolutely massive, guys. They have some... I can't even remember how many booths, but I'll insert it here for you to tell you exactly how many booths that this mall has. But it is absolutely massive. Look at this. Isn't that neat? Yeah. There's a McCoy piece. That's a beautiful piece. I have that one, and I also have that in green. That's the, I believe they call it the quilted pattern. It looks like a quilt on the front. That was a very pretty pedestal, too. I loved that. And these pink candlesticks were so beautiful. And some of the sellers, they have things marked correctly. And some of the sellers, they don't have... Oh, that looks like a fry glass. It is. Let's see. Do they have it right? Yep, fry glass. Yep, that's a fry glass orange reamer there, or citrus reamer. Some of the sellers they know their stuff and they have it listed properly, and others, they just guess and just put down, glass jar or glass plate. They don't really know. There's a nice whole set of some ruby red Anchor Hocking punch bowl set with its base. I'm sure you guys can see the prices, but the way... Oh, there's a nice stretch glass vase there. Or a vase, like a bowl. Really beautiful. I think $24.99 on that. And there's a really nice, there's a nice little ice bucket there. There's some pink depression glass on the bottom there. It's very pretty. Is that stretch glass as well? That might be. Stretch glass, sandwich or tidbit tray. Not a pretty piece, almost like caramel glass. Some white candlestick. Oh, I did go back to those. Yeah, those are really nice. There's a nice refrigerator jar there. Might have been a free gift that you got inside your refrigerator when you purchased a refrigerator many years ago. But there's just such an assortment of things. I mean, by the end of this, guys, I was so, as they call it, junk drunk. It was unbelievable. We were both exhausted. We did take a break at one point and had lunch. I think I ended up filming it at some point. That's neat. Sears Fashions. That was probably a hat that came in there. I think I opened it up, but the hat wasn't in there. It was just an empty box. So, hello, guys. There's just so much to see. Now, this booth was absolutely spectacular. Actually, no, I'm going to say incredible. This was all Christmas ornaments hanging on these stands, and they were amazing. Look at all of they had like newer Christmas things, and they had some, precious moments I'm not a fan of, so I skipped over that little section, as you could see, but they had a lot of beautiful old antique and vintage ornaments. And those look like Dresden ornaments. I think some of them were made in Germany, some were made in Poland. I think Austria. And I did buy a couple of ornaments, not many. I think I only bought like 2 or 3. They were on sale. I believe they were like, I want to say they were like 25% off maybe. I believe there was a sign. And my friend Darren pointed that out to me, and I got all excited, and I said, oh boy, then you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab a few of the ones that I saw that I liked. So, yeah, they had quite an assortment of ornaments, as you can see. How cool is this? And look at the way they're organized. They're just hanging. And each one has its tag. How painstakingly perfect, like, everything is. I mean, I'm sure this vendor probably took them a long time to do all of this. And it is displayed absolutely beautifully. This is probably my favorite booth in the entire mall. And they had some Christmas villages there. Any of you guys collect the Christmas villages? I have a few pieces from like I think it's the Dickens village. No, it's the Christmas in the City, I believe, is one of the couple of the ones I have. I have the doctor's office and the pharmacy, but I don't have any room, so I never put it up every year. I really don't. I just don't have the room. And if you guys remember that hurricane there, I remember selling that. But I figured you guys would enjoy this because I know a lot of you love vintage ornaments and antique ornaments and such. So, and here's another booth. There's just so much to see. It's very overwhelming, guys. But if you're ever in Ohio, I highly recommend that you check it out. At the end of the video, I'll put up a picture of the of their business card, and this way you'll be able to have the full address. Oh, there's a little Cupid doll back there. You'll have their full address in case you're in Ohio and you want to visit. I thought this was neat. It looked like an old serving paper serving plate. I thought that was kind of a neat vintage 50s, 60s Christmas item. That was kind of neat. That was a nice little wooden box there. I like that. I've been so into wooden boxes lately. Oh, this was a beautiful glass. I just loved the etching on it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'm not sure if it was marked with a maker or not, but very, very pretty. Some booths have tools and different things like that. And it's just so fun to just spend the whole day. I was going a little bit too slow for my friend Darren. He was so far ahead of me in all the, because I like to look at everything. I like to see everything. I'm just fascinated that I'm always afraid I'm going to miss something that I may have at home that I'm missing a piece from, and I may want to complete the set. I know I'm looking for a couple of candlesticks right now to complete a set, but that's okay. We all move at our own speed. We had an absolute blast that day, and I'll tell you, I really miss Ohio. Ohio is a really beautiful state. And just looking at some restaurant ware there. I love those cups. They were only, I think, 2 or 3 sets. And they were marked individually, so... Now, these really captured me, guys. These were fantastic. I think those are Anchor Hocking or Hazel Atlas, and I was really close at picking these up. And I was enamored by them. And then all of a sudden, I looked at it closer and realized that one of them had a big chip taken out of the bottom. So I put them back, because I did go back and look at them. So I'm glad that I noticed it before I got home. I tend to do that, which is why I'm going to be having that Misfits sale soon, because the Misfits are starting to pile up. Oh, poor little boy, he was tired. At this point, I think I was tired too. But look at all that beautiful, there's some jadeite there, I think a lot of that is a reproduction jadeite. Like that bowl there, and yeah, and I actually, as you guys know me, I normally don't grab a carriage, but in this place, you have to grab a carriage. Look at these, aren't these beautiful? 3 light candlesticks. Those are spectacular. I think I went back to look at them. Yeah, to check the price. They were beautiful. These were neat too. Look at these. How deco are those? With the gazelle on them. They were like a frosted glass. Very neat. Some more candlesticks. As you can tell, I'm so obsessed with the candlesticks. I'm always looking at the candlesticks. They're just so beautiful. There's some nice Fenton there with that pink rim. I can't remember what they call it. If I remember what it is, I'll insert it there for you. Look at all this stuff here. Just wanted to take a scan of some of this stuff because it was just so neat. So look at these. Got some hair nets here. There's just all kinds of great stuff. I just love the imagery. Look at that. Nylon hairnet. Jason Sanborn coffee. It's a Fire King swirl bowl there. And like a Fire King. Oh yeah, here's some Fire King Philby. These are some little custard cups. Quite a bit of Philby on this whole rack here. Some charm pattern in white with a gold rim. And let's see here. There's some charm pattern in red. And I think I see a red punch bowl over there. There's quite a bit of anchor hawking in this booth. This booth had a lot of stuff in it, so I wanted to scan it really well so you guys could take a look. Yeah, there's another punch bowl. Ooh, real dusty. One of those cups was broken in there. I thought this was cute. Look at this little family sitting by the fire. It was resin though. It was like I think it was like a plastic resin kind of a thing. It wasn't anything very old, but I thought it was cute. There's Miss Shirley Temple there. Oh, and this was neat. You probably would have gotten this as a little giveaway when you bought an oven or GE oven. And if you guys see anything here that you would have really jumped at, you know, please leave it in the comments below and let me know. Oh, I loved that piece there with the hand holding the vase. That was really beautiful too. Now here's one of those glow cabinets that I'm always talking about, guys. They actually had one here. Look at how all of the uranium glass glows and everything. I was just taking snippets of some of the booths, so if you guys want to go back. Oh, Fell's NAFTA soap. This was a really neat, the way this was set up. It was set up like a general store. But you guys can always go back and look at stuff because I did take quick little snippets of things as I went along. But this is really cool. And this was set up like a general store. And I thought this was really neat. And like I was saying, I like doing this for you guys, especially those of you that can't get out as often too. I thought this was neat with the nurse on it, Sandy White, to do clean your shoes, nurse's shoes or little kids' shoes. Because some of you guys, you know, you can't get out and about or you guys don't travel. So you have a chance to actually enjoy this with me. So that really makes me happy that I'm able to do this for you. This was just so cool. It was literally set up like a general store. I felt like you feel like you're in a general store when you're in here. These vendors do just such a wonderful job at displaying all these things. Different things for tobacco. Remember Chiclets? They still make Chiclets, I think, too. Chiclets gum. Putnam dyes. Those came in like little foil packets. Oh, he was cool. A little owl. Cheer up, a delightful beverage. Some bobby pins there. Now this mirror, guys, was absolutely beautiful. I was so just drawn into it. And if you guys are Disney fans, you could probably guess why, because that looks like Madame Leota on the top from the Haunted Mansion. And I was just like so into that mirror. I couldn't believe how beautiful it was. My friend Darren loved it as well. And this booth had a lot of different things in it. Oh, there's one of those jean jackets that were big in the 80s. Remember when everyone used to bedazzle everything they had? I was looking at something here. I don't know why. I pulled something off the shelf. Oh, I think it was that milk glass vase. Not what's in it, but the milk glass vase. Those were like artificial flowers or plants of some sort. They were like rubber. So guys, after a long day of thrifting, we decided to take a little bit of a break. So what's cool about this place here is they have a really great lunch counter. So we're gonna sit down, have a hot dog, relax, and we're gonna do some more thrifting, more antiquing. But so far, I've got some really great goodies. Take a look. That's all you get to see. Okay, so we're done with our lunch, and now we're back at doing some more antiquing. And this was really pretty. Almost had a similar pattern as to that console bowl that I had during my drop sale. And I believe that is Tiffin, just by that pattern, that gold. It's a cool mailbox in the bottom. Looks like a tractor. I just noticed that. That's cool. Those were pretty. Some those tins. Those were made to look old. They're not old. Some of these booths had actual vintage and antique items, and others had some reproduction things, which were really cute. You know, don't get me wrong. I don't hate any of those things. I just think they're very charming, but I try to look for, the older things. But there are some really cute reproduction things, and there are some booths that have some craft items too. So there's a beautiful picture there. I see some Amberina there. Chris would love that. If you guys don't know, Chris loves to collect Amberina. He has quite the collection of that going, so I always keep my eye out for that. They did have plenty of booths that had lots of records, but we were already spending, they remember Lily Tomlin? 1 ringy dingy, 2 ringy dingy. I could spend all day just looking at records, but unfortunately, I myself was spending quite too much time in each booth, so I started picking up the pace eventually, because again, this place is massive, and we were there for several hours, probably from the time they opened around 9-10 o'clock in the morning. We were there until almost 6 o'clock at night, so we were there all day, and we still didn't get to see everything. So those are some nice boudoir lamps there. Those were nice. Kept looking at those. And I sold a pair of those not too long ago. That was cute. Little pottery piece. Little bird, I think. Some nice boxes there. Oh, that was a nice piece. That was a refrigerator jar. Is that a Westinghouse? Yep, Westinghouse. I love anything that has a Westinghouse on it. I don't know why, but my grandmother... we are back to our regularly scheduled size. Sorry about that previous ones, guys. So at least now we're back to the regular ratio. I think I finally figured out, hey, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong ratio. So I started filming correctly and flipped my camera around. So this is a little bit better. But as I was saying about Westinghouse, my grandmother and my mother both had Westinghouse refrigerators. I remember growing up. So this is just to kind of give you guys a scale as to how big this place really is. You can just see how it goes on and on and on. And then see there's a room that's even past, it was like a mall, like a strip mall that they basically converted each store into a long mall. And it was just absolutely massive. And I love going in here. That was a beautiful piece. I think it might have been Nippon or something. I like anything that has those little feet on it. I just love that. Oh, some more Fostoria American. No, I have plenty of that. And if any of you guys like Fostoria American, please, please, please reach out to me and let me know what you're looking for, because I might have it. And if nobody is interested, I am going to be putting it into a tag sale. I thought that was kind of pretty, the green and the yellow. can use that as a hat pin holder, even though it was like probably a muffin ear of some sort. Oop, you got a glimpse of what's in my cart. Yeah, if any of you guys like Fostoria American and there's something that you're looking for, please let me know. Because I may just have it. Just send me an email. My email is below in the comments section, so, or in the description section rather. Those plates were cool. I think those were Taylor Smith Taylor or Payton City, one of the two. I can't remember. I didn't look too closely at the label when I flipped the plate around. But I thought those were kind of neat. Some booths had sales, some did not. I hope you guys enjoy these walkthroughs. Just to be able to sit in the comfort of your own recliner at home and watch these videos and these. This is another really great booth. Had some Christmas stuff, and if you see what I see, whoa, yes you do. Look at that. Did you see the price, guys? $155 for that set. Oh, that green tea room, I'm telling you. I had a chance at buying some of it from somebody out in New York, but somebody grabbed it before I did. Ah, there's our sweetheart pattern. You guys remember I had some of that recently at a sale. I sold all of my my plates that I had. It's such a pretty pattern. I just tried to scan as many booths as I could. There's that harvest pattern on the bottom. That's a pretty pattern. I think that's the pattern that Scott has. And there's some McCoy. And there's some Amberina there. Some of that was flashed on, so I wasn't really interested in grabbing any of that for Chris, but for some reason I haven't had any luck. Look at these black candlesticks. Are those not spectacular? Figured you guys would enjoy that. Ah, there's a nice porcelain with its metal top. I see some Roseville candlesticks down there. Those are nice. And they had baskets too, of course. Some of them were you know the basket company I'm thinking of. Fill in the blank. My mind is a sieve, as I always say. But look at this. This chair was beautiful. Really nice stuff. This hurricane lamp back there is so pretty. Poker, anyone? Here's some more wedding accoutrement. I thought this display was just really pretty with the doilies and everything. Wanted to take a quick peek at this and film this for you. This was a pretty booth. Very well set up. Some nice things in there. There's some. I don't think that's Fiesta ware though. I'm not sure exactly what that was. And here's a beautiful early American pressed glass pitcher. And if you notice, it's got thistles. I know a lot of people who love their thistles. Dee, are you watching? I know Dee loves her thistles. It's such a pretty pattern. And I think they wanted, $38, I think, for that. 38 something. a little easier now for me to see this while I'm editing because it's actually in the proper ratio. Look at this booth, how colorful. Look at all that pyrex, guys. I know some of you love your pyrex. And there it is. And they did this all in different colors. This booth had a sale. And I was really blown away at this booth. They just had a lot of really nice stuff. And it was all kind of color-coded. Really beautiful stuff. And like I said, if you guys see anything here that you're like, oh, I love that stuff, or I collect that. Well, look at that black glass there. Those look like some L.E. Smith candlesticks. Yeah, if you see anything here that you really like, please let me know. And let me know in the comment section below, and I'll keep my eyes out for it, and I'll grab it next time I'm out and about. This was a really nice magazine here. I just opened it up to flip through to show you guys some of the ads. French's mustard. I love flipping through old magazines. They're so great. Really great to look at. And look at her, isn't she beautiful? Some refrigerator jars there. This was a neat booth. But my absolute favorite booth is coming up soon. And I can't wait to show you guys that. That should be coming up soon. Some jadeite over there in the corner. I don't know if that's All in the Family. You guys remember All in the Family? The Partridge Family. Wow. There's some beautiful uranium glass, some green glass there, different patterns. There's a Santa there, vintage 50s Santa. There's some more uranium glass there, which I think was the Doric pattern, actually, that green one there. The back looks like the Doric pattern. Some carnival glass there. Some chips and dips. There's a nice little iced tea or lemonade set. Amber basket. These brides baskets were everywhere in the mall. There were so many of them. Don't know if I picked any up, but I might have picked one or two up. I'm not sure. I can't even remember. But again, guys, this is an antique shop, not a thrift store. So, these are definitely priced as an antique shop. So, but some of these booths, they did have some discounts. They did have some sales. Some at 15, 20, 25. Now, this booth I specifically filmed for Scott because I know Scott at the Old Curiosity Shop might be interested in this, although he was here at this store with the gang, and I know that they may have gone through all of the booths, so he may have seen this booth, but it has a lot of lighting, a lot of shades, and it just reminded me of Scott, so I figured I would kind of do a quick filming of this for him. And it was just really, really neat to see all these different shades, styles, colors. That beautiful slag lamp here. Look at this. Isn't that something? Really beautiful things. Yep. So now, guys, is this the booth? No, this isn't the booth yet. Where is it? Yes, this is the booth, guys. This is my favorite booth of the whole place. Look at this. This booth always makes me go, because, the linen, the kitchen linens, and the pot holders, and then everything is color coded. Wait, and I film everything, so wait till you see this. This is my favorite booth besides that Christmas booth in the whole mall. Look at this. If this doesn't bring you back, isn't that wonderful? Everything is in different, all by color codes. There's those infamous gooseberry pyrex bowls that everybody is collecting now. Those pink gooseberry bowls. Ever since that show, Mrs. Maisel, came out, everybody wants pink pyrex in their kitchen. You guys watch Mrs. Maisel? I think she was on Hulu or whatever, one of those, or maybe on Amazon Prime, I'm not sure, but that's a great series. If you guys haven't seen Mrs. Maisel and you like the 50s, I highly recommend that you guys watch that show. It's very funny. Mrs. Maisel, very funny. Chris and I both watched it, and we both enjoyed it. And that was my grandmother's pattern right there. I believe it was Golden Harvest or Golden Butterfly or something. I can't remember the name of it, but it was her pattern. She had a lot of those enamel pots. I remember that. She would boil water in one of those for tea. Now, this booth here, guys, has so much holiday and mostly blow molds. And I just had to film this for you because I knew you guys would love to see this. This was really neat. I think there was a collector's plate. I normally don't like oh no, not a collector's plate. It was this here, this fan vase. Isn't that beautiful? I thought that was really gorgeous. But look at the blow molds in this booth. Is this not wild? Look at that. Some of these were on sale, but let me tell you, the sale prices, for me, were not sale prices. So obviously I did not pick up any blow molds. But it's definitely a beautiful booth, though, no doubt. So that about does it for the Antique Mall, the Ohio Valley Antique Mall. So guys, that about does it for the video. Now here is the information of where we were, the Ohio Valley Antique Mall, also known as OVAM. And they are located in Fairfield, Ohio. And if you notice, they are open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week, guys. And this place is massive. I'm going to try to look up on their website to find out exactly how many vendors there were. I want to say there's probably at least 500 anyway, if not maybe more. But I'll put it in down below here, so I'll probably enter it right down here. Any information I have on how many vendors that they have or how many spaces they have filled up. But it is massive. Highly recommend that you guys go on a weekday, not on a weekend. I was there with my friend Darren, and he told me he's gone on a weekend, and it was a zoo. So try to stay away from there on a weekend, unless that's all you have available. But weekdays are the best time to go. So definitely check them out. There is a little map here on the back of their card as to where they're located if you are familiar with Ohio and the routes. There you go. There's a little more information for you. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to go back. It's always a full day thing. And as I affectionately call it, as what I've recently heard people coining the phrase junk drunk, Even though the stuff that we like is not junk, because we love all these beautiful things. I know I do. It's just a phrase that people are calling junk drunk, and where you just feel like you're just so tired at the end of the day, you can't even stand up, and then everything just starts becoming a blur. That's basically how we felt, and we just could not wait to get back, and just get a cup of coffee on the way to wake us up. And yeah, but overall, it was a wonderful time, and I cannot wait to get back there. So until I see you guys at my next live sale, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, weekend, or week, depending upon whatever day I put this out. And I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.